What do a baseball team, Popeye the Sailor, and a swingers hotel have in common? Well, welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're taking a look back at our top 10 favorite pieces of trivia about Nintendo. Number 10, 100 years of gaming. Kicking off our list is the oldest piece of Nintendo trivia there is. It's a pretty easy guess to say that Nintendo is the oldest video game company, but can you guess how old? Try over 100 years. Nintendo was actually founded in 1889, and although they tried their hand at a large variety of businesses, they originally produced playing cards. It's always been about games. Number 9. We like sports too. Speaking of Nintendo's vast portfolio, you may be surprised to learn that Nintendo is the primary owner of the Seattle Mariners, who play near their headquarters in Washington. Who says video games and sports don't mix? Number 8. Lurid details. While Nintendo has pretty much always been known as a family-friendly company, there are a few interesting details about their past. First, in the 1960s, it is rumored that Nintendo owned and operated a love hotel in which customers could pay to use rooms by the hour. An equally tantalizing fact is that there are several pornographic games for the NES that were released without Nintendo's permission, all of which would fetch you a nice chunk of coins on eBay. Number 7. Blocked products. As mentioned before, Nintendo has tried its hand at several other business models and products. One such failed product was a line of construction bricks called N&B blocks that heavily resembled Lego pieces. Apparently they resembled Lego a little too much, and a resulting threat of lawsuit got the product shut down. The bricks do technically make an appearance in Super Mario World 2, although most people would probably describe them as Lego. Number 6. Inspirational design. Legendary Nintendo designer Shigeru Miyamoto is never shy about sharing his inspirations for his games and characters. For example, Donkey Kong, Mario, and the Princess were designed as a reimagining of the love triangle between Popeye, Bluto, and Olive Oyl. The Legend of Zelda was stylistically modeled after Ridley Scott's Legend, starring Tom Cruise, and its non-linear adventure gameplay was apparently inspired by the nature hikes he took during his childhood. Number 5. US Suck at Games. Super Mario Bros. 2 was deemed too difficult for Western audiences. In need of a proper sequel for Western gamers, Nintendo reskinned an obscure Arabian-themed platformer called Yomikojo Doki Doki Panic, and released that as Super Mario Bros. 2. The flying carpet makes sense now, doesn't it? Western audiences only got a chance to play the real Super Mario Bros. 2 in 1993 with Super Mario All-Stars. Number 4. Weird name. During its design phase, the Nintendo Wii was codenamed the Revolution. However, Nintendo wanted a name that would translate seamlessly into a large number of languages, and as such, settled on the name Wii.
We would like to play.
The name was actually not an acronym as many first theorized. Instead, the double I represents both the dual remotes the system uses, as well as two players standing side by side, reinforcing the communal aspect of the system's games. Number 3. Weird parameters. When tasked with designing the Wii, engineers were given a number of unusual guidelines to follow. First, they were told to design their console to be reliable rather than powerful, and set about creating a unit that would remain cool and stable after 24 hours of continuous use. The second had to do with size. Apparently, during the design phase, Nintendo's current CEO grabbed a handful of 3 DVDs, stacked them together, and told the engineers, make it about that big. So they did. Number 2. Bovine design. Not all of Miyamoto's initial inspirations transitioned into his game seamlessly. When he first sketched Bowser, he initially intended for him to be an ox. When working from those sketches, character animator Yoshi Kotabe thought he was looking at a turtle, and began to design the character as such. After some confusion, they designed Bowser as a mashup of the two ideas, and the most famous final boss was born. Number 1. This system blows. Anyone who ever had an original NES will remember that the most common solution for fixing a game that wasn't working was to blow on the cartridge. The idea was that doing this would remove dust. While there is nothing that suggests that this is the case, it is likely that blowing breath into the cartridge provided minute amount of moisture to the 72-pin connectors, allowing for better conduction between the cartridge and the system. So it worked, but for all the wrong reasons. What's your favorite piece of trivia about the gaming Goliath? For more cool trivia lists, including our Mario Brothers trivia, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.